Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Raptor Spiritus, and I'm back with another one. So, just a quick little note about me. I have started to work full time, so I will not be putting out as many videos as I was before. More than likely, my videos are going to come out anywhere between Friday and Sunday, but I will do my best to keep up. Working a full time job, as you guys all know, and trying to do content is a little bit hard. But really, I haven't played a lot either. I've gotten into the PTU a little bit here and there, but just not a whole lot. But I'll get into that later. But first, I wanted to kind of go over the PU monthly report. A lot of this AI stuff they've talked about on other videos, so I'm not going to bore you guys with a lot of this. Most of this is behavioral stuff within the shops, combat behaviors for NPCs. This stuff is for actual flight. So I'm actually looking forward to this because it's giving the AI is going to have more flight maneuvers. So it's going to give them, hopefully, it's better movement. Hopefully, you stop seeing the jerky, motion ship when you're doing bounties. So I'm hoping this means it's improved a lot. I'm looking forward to it because I do like doing bounties and doing anything that's space combat. So that's all that really is. There's a couple more stuff, but I'm not going to get really too far into it. This portion right here on animation says last month they progressed on a new ship enter and exit template and animation. I'm thinking it's for the Kruger possibly, and of course we saw a picture of that little sneak peek with the flight wheel with the little symbol that says Kruger in it. It's like a little watch on it, so I'm pretty sure that's probably what they're talking about. It's supposed to be released in 4.3.1, so there will be a patch coming after the 4.3 patch. Character art, they spent creating new armors and variants. This is probably the Geist armor. Of course, if they made more armor, I'm here for it. I like the individuality that wearing armors and mix and matching them gives players, which is why I was very happy whenever they did the tier 0 stuff, because I know I bought armor, and when I realized that it wouldn't come back till the next patch, I was not thrilled to want to wear them out, or especially if I could get shot and lose them. So I really am glad they are really implementing these things to allow people to continue to have their armors that they worked hard for to grind, they paid for. I think that's really important for the players, because really, especially players that are paying for armor, suits of armor, really, just like the ships, it really shouldn't just go away because someone gets you and stuff. That should still be yours because that's something you paid for. And even in-game stuff, when you grinded so hard to really get something, just to get capped and by somebody and you lose it completely, for me, I don't think that makes sense, for a game. At the end of the day, people can complain and about looting people and whatnot, but at the end of the day, guys, it's a game, and the game is not made for you to just shit on people and steal their stuff. Really, like, people really work hard to try to gain these pieces. Sometimes they're scattered all over the place. Sometimes you get them rewards for doing missions and stuff, but really and truly, like, I don't think that letting all that hard work or letting people's hard money be thrown away for the sake of people who want to loot you. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But I'm glad they're working on it. There's also it says that our team prepared handoff sheets and began the exploration phase for new flight suits alongside requests from the other team. So there's new flight suits, so that's cool. The one thing I did want to mention is I actually saw the flight suit from CitizenCon that was talking about from Starware, the one that was actually the flight suit, because the flight suit person came in flying a Valkyrie, while a person in the racing suit, which has similar characteristics, was in a Cyclone on the ground. I've never seen the flight suit actually in game from anybody, but then I saw it the other day. I believe if someone was doing a fashion show or something, I saw it one time and I was like, wow, that's cool. So I'm looking forward to any more flight suits, more armors. So I don't think we can ever get enough of it, because you can mix and match so many things, come up with thousands of combinations, and you'll be good to go. So I'm excited about that. Now, this is of course where I'm happiest. I'm sure a lot of you are the same. The ship art. In the UK, the Anvil Paladin had its gray box gate review. This highlighted some challenges with the side turret setup, resulting in further rounds of iterations to get something that plays well while adhering to the original concept. So, first of all, I'll be honest, I was not a fan of the Paladin when it came out. Maybe that was because I was a little biased, because at the time they were nerfing the ever-living snot out of the Drake Corsair. It's like the Drake Corsair is like the redheaded stepchild that gets like no respect and gets shitted on all the time just because it's awesome. So whenever the Paladin came out, I just really looking at it, I'm just not a fan. It doesn't do anything for me, especially where it had like two people on top and then two people on the bottom. It's like floating. It just doesn't do nothing for me. So I'm not a fan of it. But I like that they're trying to make it make sense while keeping to their original design. So that's neat. Now this paragraph, of course, is where I'm happy. I'm jelly, excited, super excited about this. Further navigation flow updates were made to the Drake Ironclad, including new elevators and revised staircase locations to improve traversal times around the ship. The Ironclad Assault also progressed through White Box, with the team implementing the key differences between it and the base. So I've heard some people say that they think that means that the Ironclad is still in White Box. That's not what I read from this, and maybe that's because I have high hopes that the Ironclad base is going to come out first during IAE, which to me would make more sense, because you would have to get the base of the ship made, period. That has to come first. The Ironclad Assault is a variant of the base, which lessens the cargo space, so it'd make more sense to have the one with the most cargo space first, then do something that lessens that after the fact. So when I read this, I think that the Ironclad is closer to for it to come out, and then the Assault will come out later. That's just my thought, my hope, but I could be wrong. They could be working on them in tandem. We will see. And then, of course, the RSI Meteor was also launched into the PU along a full interior retrofit for the Mantis. We already knew that. Here's the thing I will say that irritates me to high hell. 4 unannounced vehicles progress down the pipeline too. My biggest problem with CIG is I love the fact that they're coming out with so many ships, but excuse me, sorry, I was yawning. But my problem is that there are so many ships backlogged that really should come before anything else. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong, or if you feel differently, that you like that they're doing that, and there's so many ships already that either have variants that are already out, and still that some aren't, but some are. Like the Zeus, for instance. Everybody tells me the MR is waiting on Bounty Hunting Variant 2, there's a lot of ships that are bounty hunter ships that reflect it with those little chambers you can put people in to hold them there. You know, I understand it in a way, but I still don't really agree. But that's beside the point. So we have 4 new ships coming. I'm sorry. Again, I've worked a full 12 hours today. 10 hours today. I'm tired. So 4 unannounced vehicles were progressing down the pipeline. The first was kicked off and is approaching the end of the white box phase, while the second passed its white box review and progressed into gray box. Some issues around its cargo mechanisms were identified during the review, but were rectified afterwards. So something is progressing along that obviously has a mechanism dealing with cargo. Some people speculated this might be the new small introduction ship for salvaging. Again, there's 2 salvagers that do just fine. The Vulture and the Fortune. But now there's this RSI one supposed to come out that's like this little itty bitty little thing. And I don't know. I mean, I guess so. Everything needs, I think, a starter ship for every class, which is, it's fine. There's so many other ships I think that should be out first before a lot of these take place, but that's just my opinion. I'm gonna leave it alone. Like, for instance, like, okay, one more thing. The Yatak Raylan. Where's that? The Banu Merchantman. I understand there's not a place for that. I get that. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how you're gonna have like a spaceship marketplace. So I get it. It's really there's no gameplay at all for it. Versus, but then again, there's some orgs that could do well with it, because I see orgs that are selling stuff all the time. They have like a little marketplace on their Idris. So if they can do that, I'm pretty sure they can use that merchantman. So that's my 2 cents. We're gonna leave that alone and we're gonna progress on. The third continued through development, with all its rooms receiving further geometry refitment along additional animation work for its moving elements. So I have no clue what that is. So the final unannounced vehicle passed a combined gate review. I don't know what that means. That's interesting. So something is like zipping through is what I'm guessing that is. This was done to provide more time for the audio, the UI, and VFX teams to add additional details, with the aim of setting new standards for their discipline. Again, I have no clue what that really is entailing, but for me, it sounds like something just zipped through the pipeline. And maybe they're figuring out ways to more efficiently make ships, so we're not waiting a whole year to get a ship once it's announced and on sale. Maybe it'll turn into 6 months, or maybe it'll turn into 4 months. Who knows? So, and of course, it depends on the intricacy of the ship. We all know that alien ships tend to be a lot more, but we'll see. This is the cockpit of the Apollo. So a lot of you fans out there have been waiting for the ship to come out. This is your cockpit. And I love that CIG really is digging into the personalities of the different corporations and ship manufacturer designs. I love that. This is RSI's way of looking. They have a specific way of looking. This is what I like to see. They're creating a standard for their ships, how their ships are designed interior-wise and exterior-wise. Yes, yes, yes. Looking forward to this. It looks cool. I had no need for the Apollo. I'm not trying to medically help anybody, like any groups like that. But there's going to be, like, the med runners. I'm pretty sure they're going to get this. I would assume they would. I mean, there would be no reason why they wouldn't. I have an org mate that's really interested in the, search and rescue medical run thing. So this could be good for him, but I will say, just from looking at this cockpit, this looks already awesome. I love the wide open view. I like how the cockpits are. Again, they're stepping into that RSI type of style where they have the floating chair that you see in the RSI Zeus. Super cool. I'm here for it. I will never say a bad thing about RSI. Their designs, as of recently, when they're finding their true, I don't want to say niche, but like their true character, I would say. This is what RSI is, and I like it. I liked how they've done it, especially in the Meteor. You see a lot of these things with the blue accents around. It's just, I like that. That's RSI's personality. Super cool. So I'm not getting a ship, but whoever gets it, it's gonna be cool. I know it. This puppy right here, I actually was debating on changing out my Ironclad for this. I don't know if that's even smart to do, because really they're two different ships, but this is really cool. The Perseus is shaping up and it's awesome. You can see pointing this way, the big cannon. You can see a little bit of it. I'm yawning a lot. I'm so sorry. It's terrible. I'm gonna still send this as it is. I can't help it. I'm very tired. But this ship, I think, is going to be a lot of people's favorites. Now, when the Idris came out, everybody was riding that train. Everybody loved it. Same thing with Polaris. For me, unless you have a huge organization, really having these ships, are, I don't want to say they're useless, but if you are in an org of like 3 people, like the Idris is not going to be used to its full potential. The Polaris is not going to be used to its full potential. This would probably make more sense in the end, and I really would love to. I would love to get this ship. I really would. I just, again, what's the use when I play a lot by myself? My org mates are there sometimes, but not all the time. So when am I really gonna get use out of this thing? So I don't know. I try not to just have things just to have it. It is a cool ship. There is no doubt about that. It is a cool ship. I just don't know if it's worth having when me and my org mates are such a small group. So that's just me. I know one of our org mates already has the Polaris, so I don't know. But I love the way this ship is shaping up. It's gonna be cool. I already know it. I'm gonna be kicking myself in the pants like, buy it, buy it, buy it. I'm like, no. But this is really cool. I'm so excited that they got this thing coming out. And who knows, I might decide to go ahead and pull the trigger and buy it. I don't know. We'll see. But it is already in the Lot Zero phase. The exterior is now receiving the final details, so we will be seeing the Perseus real soon. But I do believe that's pretty much it. Really. Yep. Some economy changes. The economy team is currently analyzing their recent community poll. We would like to thank everybody for the extremely useful feedback that you provided. So I don't know what any of this is about. I didn't provide any feedback for this particular thing, so I don't know. Mission design stuff, narrative. I mean, again, you guys go back and read this stuff. I'm not reading all this. I just cared more about the ships and some of the artwork, because that's kind of more what I'm concerned about. So that was my overview of the July PU monthly report. Now, I'm going to quickly talk about my experience in the PTU for 4.3. Now, before you come for me, all right, everybody has different gameplay that they want. And I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. Star Citizen is not for just one person, okay? It is for everybody. So I understand everybody has what they like to do, because that's the whole point of the game. It's supposed to give you a lot of freedom. However, in the PTU, for instance, I was going into the facility, the Onyx facility, and I saw somebody. I didn't take the shot. I could have, but I was like, no, we're in an Onyx facility. I'm sure he's trying to look for the new loot, the Onyx, the Geist armor. I'm looking for it. Maybe we can work together. So I went on open comms and I said, hey. And then sure enough, that dude turned around and shot me. I tried to be like, I'm not hostile. I'm friendly. I'm not trying to and he left me to die. So I was a little salty about that. While I understand that, again, it's people think that the entire game is PvP. It is most certainly not. And if someone's, I don't know, I guess if I had something that you wanted, okay, you take me down, you take what I have, okay. But when you just shoot me and then leave me there, I don't know. I just feel some type of way about that. That's just me personally. I mean, it's the PTU. We're just testing it out. And then the person had the nerve to say, let us test this shit out. I'm like, what do you mean let us? Killing other people is not testing it out. You're just being a dick. So, and yes, I said it. You're being a dick. I mean, in PTU, we're all just trying to check it out and see stuff, but how can people check it out if we're just killing each other? So that's just my 2 cents. Again, that's my opinion. Don't come for me. I'm not much of a PvPer. I have done it in the past with other people, but it's not something I particularly like doing. I like to enjoy the game for what it has in its entirety. I love exploring the new areas that they have. Hopefully finding something and just chilling in the verse. Sometimes you just want to just go and ride around on a planet and just mind your business. That's all. I don't need to be chilling and get rode up on and then just dropped. I mean, it's dumb, but it's not gonna stop me from playing the game. So sorry, I'm gonna still play the game. But I really think that the reality is that PvPing, there's a time and a place for it, in my opinion. If I'm hauling a big bunch of cargo and you want it, sure, do what you gotta do, steal my cargo. But if I'm just chilling in the Onyx Center, minding my business, trying to look for some stuff, and then you just drop me for no reason, you're being a dick. So that's just my 2 cents. Everybody plays the way they want to. It's fine. I'm probably just gonna just shoot people as I see them, because I think maybe I won't. I don't know, because I'm really not like that. So I'll give people a chance. I've met some good people just telling them I'm not there to do it, not to kill them, and okay, you wanna join together? I'm like, sure. And we start playing together. I think that when you do that, you increase the fun of playing this game. That's what Star Citizen is about. It's about meeting people. It's about exploring together. It's not just about being douchebags and killing everybody every time you get, being murder hobos, as they call it. So I would encourage people to lighten up a little bit. Give people a chance to enjoy the game. If you're grieving because you have nothing better to do, maybe you need to go talk to a therapist. So that's all I got. I'm gonna stop rambling on. This is your boy Raptor Spiritus. You guys stay safe out in the verse, and I'll catch you in the next one.